planning session on Monday, May 12th, 2025 at 6 o'clock p.m. in the auditorium at the Brownsville Area High School, 1 Falcon Drive, Brownsville, PA, for general purposes. Do we have public comment?
No one signed up to speak.
Okay. Anyone in the audience wishing to speak? Okay.
Is that me? Do you want to go? Marissa thought no, we went because.
Okay.
No, that's okay.
Jody, how many minutes for planning? 3 minutes.
First off, I'd like to report positively that the instrumental music department went to Kennywood this weekend to compete in the Music in the Parks Festival. We've picked a different amusement park every spring. We bring all of our musicians who are enrolled in concert band, marching band, jazz band, and vocal band. And I'm happy to say we brought home a trophy in all 5 categories we competed in. No behavior issues to report. We've got a first place for vocal band, second place for both concert bands, third place for jazz band, and second place for marching band. So, hooray for that. Positive things representing Brownsville. In the athletic committee section today, there is a note about purchasing uniforms, and before that comes up, I just wanted to bring up the marching band section for uniforms. That it is my understanding my predecessor purchased 30 jackets. Previously in 2020, they were here still in boxes when I got in, but we had 12 kids enrolled in the marching band then, and we currently have about 50, so we do not have enough jackets. I have found a program that will let us sell our old jackets to them on consignment and purchase new used ones. And we found a selection from Rock Canyon High School, which is 100 uniforms for $5,000, which is remarkable considering the invoice I found. We purchased 30 jackets for $24,000 before I came. And I would like to propose, I discussed with boosters, that if the board and the district are willing to front the $5,000, that if you give the boosters 12 months, they will be willing to pay 50% back. So the district would only have to invest $2,500 for 100 uniform jackets, and all of our kids could match.
Where's the other 50% going?
What do you mean?
You said it was going to set 50% of the money that they're sold for back to the district?
No. So they would 50% of the purchase of the jacket. So even if our 30 uniforms only sell for $1,000, the district would still get $2,500 back, which is half the price of the $5,000. So no matter what, the district would only have to front 50% of the price of the jackets, and the boosters would split the other 50%. If that's something you guys would be open to, I know I've forwarded invoices, I have them all on my laptop, previous invoices, plus the potential new invoices. If when that comes up in athletic committee, also, if you guys have any more questions for me, I'm more than happy to answer, to give you guys any information, show invoices, receipts, prices, and things of that nature.
Thank you. Anyone else for public comment? Okay, seeing none. Superintendent's remarks?
Yes, Remake Learning Day is Friday, May 16th. It'll be held at Brownsville Area Elementary School, and then Remake Learning for Brownsville Area Middle School is the 22nd. Tonight on Zoom, we have Total Grant Services. So they are on the agenda, but they are also here on Zoom to speak with the board about their services. So I thought maybe now would be a good time for us to allow them to speak.
Okay, it looks like you're unmuted.
our partner firm in Capital, Harrisburg, and we make sure that they are featured, they are highlighted, and that they are networked to make applications as competitive as possible. For example, our last Commonwealth Financial Authority meeting that we had, highly competitive grants, we were 6 for 6 for over $3.2 million for our clients. Most recently, I worked with Dr. Martin from the IU1 region. I have become familiar with the region, some of the needs, some of the demographics within the region. I have been working with the Department of Community and Economic Development to try to find additional opportunities for students and residents within the region. And that is an additional service that we provide outside of the regular capacity. Our services are usually $2,000 a month for all of our clients. However, I've been working with Dr. Martin in creating consortium pricing for school districts in IU1 based on total student enrollment. So I'll pause there. I hope I gave you a nutshell, and I'm here to answer any questions.
Yes, I have a question. Does your firm work with the Chamber of Commerce of Fayette County? The Fayette County Chamber of Commerce, does your services have any dealings with them?
I'm having difficulty hearing with the Chamber of Commerce.
Fayette County Chamber of Commerce, does your company,
I'm so sorry, I'm having difficulty hearing.
is your company affiliated with the Fayette County Chamber of Commerce, and do you work with them? I'm hoping not, but I'm asking you, so I'll through my feelings right out.
I really
Do you work, are you working just for your company on that? Rocky, he's having a tough time hearing you.
What was the Fayette County, I'm sorry to hear. Fayette County what? Well, we're becoming members now. We are members of each chamber, depending on what region of the state that we're working in. So we are in IU 1, 5, 17, 18, and 19, and one we're in the process right now of becoming members.
I got another question. So, will they control any money that you get us? Will they see the money first before we get it? The chamber.
I don't think he needs chamber, Mark. I think he's talking about. He's talking about. I don't think he's talking about chamber.
I'm talking about the chamber.
Rocky's being specific. Are you involved with the Chamber of Commerce at all? Or just the IU districts?
We are not affiliated with the Chamber of Commerce at all. We join as a member from any type of EITC opportunities for businesses that are housed within the chamber, but zero affiliation. We are running this through your district directly and IU1.
Thank you.
That's the answer I wanted to get. Thank you. Any other questions? So you would be working on grants for next year, correct?
Would you be working on grants for next year or as soon as we sign?
So once we do the needs assessment to analyze what the top 3 needs are of the school district, we will find immediate and upcoming grant opportunities. So the work is constant. Your district, your superintendent, and yourself as a board member, all of the board members will get bi-weekly reports to show what we are doing as far as research and development, what applications are in process, what has been awarded, and what is your return of investment.
Since he is talking about the needs of the region, when you apply for a grant, are you applying for that grant just for us, or are you applying also for neighboring schools that we would then have to be in competition with?
So, I think if I gathered this correctly, am I applying directly for your school district? Is that
Yes, but are you also doing it for neighboring schools, the same grant?
So, no, okay, I understand where you're coming from. you know, in any competitive situation, there are various, we pull from 5 different funding pools. We would never create competitive applications for people within the IE1 region itself. We find an alternate but similar program that provides those funds. Remember, this is what we do all day, every day. So we do not want anybody competing for the same application with the same legislators. It just doesn't do well for us. Somebody's going to win, somebody's going to lose. So we find an alternative application source. The answer is no.
Any other questions? Good questions. Yeah.
$2,000, is that a cap? That's as high as it could go for our district per month?
$2,000, is that a cap, is that high?
Yeah, that's every single district in budget, it's $24,000 a year, $48,000 over the course of the term of the contract. If you were to win a big competitive bid for $3 million, you get every bid for $3 million. We don't take anything beyond what we told you in our original scope of work and agreement in the contract.
Thank you. And we can cancel at any time. Is there a contract?
Can it be canceled at any time? Is that the standard?
Yes, in all of my time, this is moving into our 4th year. We have no one that is canceled. I will be honest with you that at $24,000 a year, we've never had anybody with nothing more than 10 times the return of the money, $250,000, and the highest cap is $1.2 million. So we always try to provide a reason for you to keep us. But yes, the answer is yes. I'm confident enough that you can cancel at any time.
Can you ask him what comes, give us the name of the school district that he works for? No, we have a few. Any other questions?
Mark, you have a question?
Just
She already asked me.
some other districts that are utilizing their services, and I believe it was your wife who emailed me 3 different districts, and then our business manager did reach out to get some feedback from those districts.
Okay, anything else? Okay, thank you for your time, we appreciate
Thank
it.
you, sir.
Thank you very much for the opportunity. Everybody have a wonderful night.
You
You
too.
as well.
Take care.
So my concern was, right now with the consortium prices, it's $1,600. If any of those districts back out, then the cost goes up. I just wanted to make sure there was a cap and you didn't approve this, and then all of a sudden the cost was $3,000 a month or $3,500 a month. But the highest it would be $2,000.
I know he talked about his success rate, but could he filter papers to all of us that we could see what his success rate was or is at company? I mean, before I would vote for that. And Colby, is your wallet open to pay for this?
Yeah, especially if it does pan out and we can get those grant, I mean, it will pay for itself.
Okay.
And speaking of what Dr. Martin said, I did get a response. I did talk to Rocky and Susie about it. From one school district, they, let me read real quick. Their contract is $2,000 a month. They just received the grant for $275,000 through this service, and they're hoping to get an additional amount from an LSA grant that we were talking about on Thursday. So, Dunmore School District, I think it's out east. Yeah.
If we enter into this, what is the length of the contract that we're entering into with them?
We said 2 years,
2 years.
and we said we can cancel it.
Right. Now, look, one thing I don't like is them being able to bump their fee up. I really think if we're gonna go into a 2-year contract, we go into a concrete number that cannot raise. We stay, if it's gonna be 1,600, it's 1,600. Because I could very well see then, them going to 2,000 in 3 months.
If we're going through the consortium, I can find out if we're gonna do that, and then we can, I don't know by Thursday, before Thursday.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I definitely,
That should keep it at the same level all the way across.
Yeah, because the contract we're gonna enter into is actually with the IU, not with them.
right.
The IU's gonna take.
Well, I don't care who we're entering a
Right.
contract with, if it's $1,600, I want it to be $1,600 for 24 months. Not 3 months of 1,600, and then, hey, guess what?
Now,
Due to this, this, and this.
If you in the contract, though, there would be $1,600 a month for the whole contract.
Right,
I don't want to change, right, we have to make sure that is.
yeah, I'd write it in that way, but,
The second part of that question, is it a matching money from us?
No.
We don't have to match any money?
No.
Okay. I mean, I would consider it, $1 grant of $25,000 will pay for itself.
Right,
yeah.
it pays for the whole 2 years, exactly.
And I like that bi-weekly we will get the information that he's working on, so that's very important.
Any further discussion?
One last question, Bob, is, when do we need to act by that, for that?
That's a good question. With the consortium, when do we need to decide? Is there a date? With the consortium agreement?
No, I don't think that there's a date, but what I was, since we don't have the July meeting, I was thinking about putting it on the agenda for Thursday. However, my concern was if those other districts backed out, how high could that potentially go? Now that he said it's capped at 2,000, I feel better for that.
well, that's why I was
Yeah.
saying that if it's 1,600, there is no, if they back out, they can raise it. It's 16 for 24 months, and it cannot go
I
up.
don't think it will be with the IU though, because they worked it out with 13 of us who have shown interest,
Mhm.
because that's where this price came from. We'll pay the IU. However, if any of those districts back out, then that number's going to go up. And I was concerned with how high could that number go? And he was
Right.
saying as high as 2,000, but no
Right.
higher
The
than
highest
2,000.
I'll go would be 2,000,
Yeah.
so.
And once again, these would be money, if we won any grants, we wouldn't receive them until next 2026.
They're actually
Too late to
running the
get grants
timeline
now,
with
I think.
IU. Let me see.
Most of these grants are in the spring.
Mm,
That's something I'd like to know.
Right.
If we would hire that firm Thursday, does he have 6 months to get the first grant, or, we don't know.
From what he just said, from what I know nothing about this, but he said immediately they'll start looking at it once we get our application. Is that what he said, Dr. Martin?
Yes, and then I'm just pulling up this email from the IU.
So then it shouldn't take 6 months or anything.
Right. Let me get that information for you. I don't want to misspeak because I'm sifting through this IU email and I don't want to say the wrong thing, but I will email a little capsule for you tomorrow and let you know the answer to that question. They might have a deadline at the IU, needing to know how many are entering, and I'll give you the correct deadline.
Okay, anything else? All right, thank you. So on Thursday, you'll see a motion to approve the agenda, related materials, including the minutes. Also, the board treasurer report with the following funds listed below. Questions on any of that, 4 through 7? Okay, hearing none. And Mr. Dorsey, I'm gonna read education, correct?
Or,
I'm gonna read education?
yeah,
Okay.
'cause I can't read the small print
Okay.
right now due to the eye injections.
So filling in for Mr. Dorsey in education, a discussion approving the agreement between Adelphi Education Incorporated and the Brownsville Area School District for the 2025-26 school year. Questions on that? Okay. B, discuss purchasing the Intermediate Unit 1 ELA Comprehensive Curriculum Writing for grades 7 through 12 for the 2025-2026 school year at a total cost of $13,200, and that's to be paid for from title funds. Questions?
Can
Comments?
someone explain what all that's gonna entail?
It will be a comprehensive curriculum rating that will align our curriculum. We've started with the elementary, with the literacy initiative. So the elementary is, I would say, 90% complete, and now we are moving up into middle school and high school. So the curriculum rating will happen with our educators. So she will work in tandem with them.
Thank you.
Yeah, our teachers will rate it.
Okay. Item C, discuss approving the memorandum of understanding between the Intermediate Unit 1 and the Brownsville Area School District. Questions on that? Comments? Okay. Item D, discuss approving the following agreement between the Intermediate Unit 1 and the Brownsville Area School District for the 2025-26 school year. Partial Hospitalization Program Service Agreement, ESL Agreement, Education Service Agreement, Curriculum Service Agreement, Access Service Agreement, Fusion Cyber Solutions Program Agreement, Access Reimbursement Service Agreement, that's administration support only, Alternative Education for Disruptive Youth, AEDY Service Agreement. Questions or comments on item D? Okay. Item E, discuss approving the extended school year program, ESY, for the 2020
Yeah.
2025 school year, this summer. Pardon me. Comments? Okay. Item F, discuss the opportunity to participate and learn in a research study from the University of Pittsburgh.
Question.
Yes.
I haven't read anything on this. Is this anything to do with the perennial project?
No, this is from
Good.
Pitt. This is from the
The last
university.
time the Pitt students, not our students, the Pitt students went downtown to take pictures, they got kicked out. And that's why I told you the other night, I didn't want our students downtown taking pictures of stuff that shouldn't be in, crawling all over the equipment. So I thought this might have something to do with the perennial project, so they can go plant flowers somewhere else.
No, this is actually, it's through the University of Pittsburgh, and it is a remote literacy coaching program. So it will align with our literacy initiative. All of the coaching, our teachers, and it will be by choice, volunteer teachers, if they would like to participate in this study, they will participate. They will receive coaching that can be applied in the classroom. There are consent forms that coincide with it, similar to the cafeteria study that was approved a few months ago. And there's also a stipend involved for the educators who would decide, if they so choose, to be involved in this study. They don't have any rural school districts involved, and so they really want to study the effects that it could potentially have on a district like ours.
Any other comments or questions? Item G, discuss approving the purchase of the ELA Curriculum Wonders 2023 for grades K through 5 in the amount of $158,492.01, and that's to be paid for by the Ready to Learn grant. Comments? Go ahead.
Okay.
Dr. Martin.
We currently have McGraw-Hill, the Wonders program. It has expired in 2024. However, our teachers wanted to press pause because Wilson was being implemented. There was a lot going on at that time with elementary ELA and literacy. After pausing, bringing the team from McGraw-Hill in, meeting with our teachers, they have decided that they would like to move forward with this. And it has so worked out that we were able to write it into the Ready to Learn grant. So we will have a curriculum for the next 5 years, including all the materials that will be necessary, and it will be written into this year's grant.
Anything else on that? Okay. Item H, discuss approving the renewal of the maneuvering the middle of, a middle for all access CCSS single grade license in the amount of $1,125, and that's to be paid for by the Ready to Learn grant. Item I, discuss an elementary reading specialist. Again, Ready to Learn grant.
And we have money.
We
Yeah,
do.
it'll be in the Ready to Learn grant. We'll be able to write that into that for the 25-26 school year.
Is it a full-time position?
So how long?
This Ready to Learn grant, we're not anticipating going anywhere. So indefinitely would be the goal. In the event that it could not be held indefinitely, we would have projections with that. However, if we are not, based on, we need a needs assessment, kind of like we talked in the education committee meeting. We want to do a needs assessment, see what our needs are here, how many teachers, how many educators are retiring, how many we need to replace, any positions that need filled before we would entertain this. So I would bring this back to the board at the time that we were perhaps going to fill it. For now, it is so that we are able to take a look at it and consider it as an open position if we were able to fill it with someone from within, but not an outside person coming in. It would be one of our educators.
Item J, discuss an elementary music teacher, also Ready to Learn grant.
We've talked about the music position for quite some time, and our extreme need for that to be brought in.
And item K, discuss an assistant superintendent / curriculum director position. This is something that we discussed at the committee meetings, and something that we're going to continue to discuss.
I have a question on this. First of all, everyone knows, I've already said I'm totally against having this position because top heavy, and take this as a compliment. Dr. Martin's proven she could do this job. She's definitely proven this to us. Now, if there's votes for this, is this assistant superintendent or assistant to the superintendent?
Two.
Okay. Will we be posting this and interviewing people, or is there already a plan to put somebody in it without interviews?
It will go out to our Act 93 first. And this position is more about the curriculum director than the assistant too.
Right.
It's the curriculum instruction and assessment.
That's
Right.
something I felt we needed more.
That's the critical piece, right.
An assistant.
So you could bring the assistant too, it's not the important part to this. It's
Is
the
there
curriculum
money in the
director.
budget for that position?
Yes, that is, well,
Yes.
Well, looking at it this time, I would consider that, if you wiped out the assistant, it would just be curriculum director position, without discussing it any further. Plus the salary, I think the salary would be very important to this board,
right.
even though if you're saying we could afford it, it's still very much important. But hats off to Dr. Martin, because she has done yeoman's work here, patching everything up. So, okay.
Just a follow-up from the committee meeting last week, I think, there are the different populations that we definitely have to look at, some of the pilot programming that we're looking into, and the curricular piece, absolutely, I agree with Mr. Dorsey and Mr. Bashir, very vital to our future success.
Mr. President, I think last committee meeting was one of the most successful meetings that I was a part of in 30 years. There was much discussion.
I agree with you, Rocky, on that. It definitely
Very,
was
very
a
good.
Very good meeting.
We have a plan, we just gotta try to get the money to do it.
Yeah, I
And
agree.
that, we gotta be very careful, but we're on the road to doing the right thing.
Right. Yep, thank you. Mr. Dorsey, anything else to add for education?
You know what, I wanted to commend, the principals for putting into their reports, the bullying reports. I was looking over that, and if I can read it, hold on. I wrote big enough that I should be able to see this. I know, middle school, we had, I think it was 14 bullying reports entered in there. And what I was wondering was, in any of those bullying reports, do we have two-time offenders? It didn't list, of course, we didn't need to know names or anything like that, but something I was thinking of, is there somebody, say in those 14 reports, that was reported 2 times or 3 times, the same person? Is that happening? And a lot of the punishment that was given out was suspension, in-school suspension. If those types of punishments aren't working, are we also thinking beyond that? Is there some other things we could do to try to eliminate the bullying that's going on in our buildings? So, other than just saying, okay, 3 days by, you know, you're going in after school suspension or whatever, is there other things we can do?
That's a great point.
Yeah, because that's, when you looked at the punishment or the results, it was a lot of them were the same thing.
Right.
What if you have repeat offenders, then it's not working?
Right, right,
Yeah.
that's where I was thinking when this is.
I mean, there are studies that show that type of punishment
Yeah.
really isn't effective.
Yeah.
For
Some kids want that.
recidivism.
Some kids want 3
Right.
days out.
So that is a very good point. Yeah, it's restorative justice is what it's called, right? Yeah, so, that's something we should definitely, I'm gonna look into that.
Yeah, and if, like say next month, in the future, whatever, we can put on there, a column, because there was multiple columns, multiple things that are good information. Can we put something in there if that is a repeat offender? I hate calling them an offender, but so that's what it is.
Excellent.
Yeah.
One thing I'd like to bring up, Mr. President, it's May the 12th, and towards the end of the year, I would just like to caution the staff and employees, beware of who you let in this building. It's that time of year when you see on TV, people getting shot, kids getting shot, teachers getting shot. If they don't have a pass and they're not going for security, they don't get in this building. I don't care if they're their friend. You don't open doors for people. I saw it today. Just open the door. And one time, but I just want to caution, it's May the 12th. We only got 2 weeks of school left. I know everybody's laxed a little bit. Don't let people in this building. I don't care if it's your brother. You don't have clearances, you don't get in. Might anybody disagree with that? I mean, I want to say it now. We got 2 weeks. Let's get by the 2 weeks.
And your director of security wouldn't disagree with that, who has said that numerous times.
Alex is very on top of that, and I know the officers are too, but all of our personnel going back and forth to the schools, be careful. Don't open the door for somebody you don't know. You might have a card to get in, but that person behind you don't, and he or she follows you right in. Be careful of that. That's all I want to say.
That's a great point. Mr. Dorsey, anything else?
That's it.
All right, thank you. Mr. Gates, personnel.
All right, A, discuss accepting a letter of retirement from Kim Shin, effective the last day of the second semester for the 2024-25 school year, in accordance with the BEA contract. She has 26 years of service. B, discuss accepting a letter of retirement from Russ Brown, effective July 31st, 2025, in accordance with the BEA contract. He has 19 years of service. And C, discuss adding the following names to the professional substitute list: Joelle Jenkins, Kayla Jenkins, Kylie Quigley, and Margaret Lexi Walsh.
Anything else, Mr. Gates?
That's it.
Okay.
Oh,
Thank
are we
you.
gonna go into executive session?
Yeah, executive session at the end.
Okay.
Ms. Columbia, Finance.
Item A, discuss approving the proposed budget for the 2025-26 fiscal year with revenue set at $35,749,133 and expenditures set at $35,749,133. Millage rates are as follows: Fayette County is 19.43, Washington County 13.27, which is a decrease of 0.15.
Yes.
The budget will be advertised and available for review at the Brownsville Area School District Business Office, 5 Falcon Drive, Brownsville, PA, 15417, beginning May 16th, 2025. Good job.
Colby, anything to add to that?
I can kind of go over what I went or Thursday.
No.
Okay.
I don't know.
I mean,
Yeah, I'll do it.
Ms. Columbia, anything? You want, okay.
Item B, discuss approving the insurance program with CM Region through Gallagher and Associates for the following amounts. Packaging, which is GL property and legal at $118,953, and umbrella for $5,068, business auto for $7,058, and workers' compensation $101,592. Item C, discuss approving the notification of the following repository tax sales from the Fayette County Tax Claim Bureau and authorize the president of the board to sign the consent to sell on behalf of the district. These are in sync and their parcel ID is listed there.
Oh, Pat, I have a question. I looked at those, it was, in the back of our packet, we had that, and we got the parcel ID. Correct me if I'm wrong. If I go back a while ago, did we or did we not also get the address of these parcels in our packets on that report? Because I thought the addresses of where these were used to be on there. It's just giving us.
No, I kind of think they were too. I thought,
Yeah, it's just giving parcel ID now. That tells me nothing.
yeah.
And
I don't know, I mean, this is coming from the county.
shouldn't happen.
I concur, I'd like to know that E2 piece of property, Redstone Township, to make tax exempt, we should know what kind of
What
property.
it is, yeah. Because they used to, on those pieces of paper, it used to say on there what the address of that parcel was.
It always did, and then when they switched forms, it's not on there.
If you look at the one form code we have here from the Redstone Township, it does give you the address on here.
That's the person's address that bought it.
If this is the
Yeah, I
start
know
of the whole
that,
thing,
but I'm saying, on this one,
I think this board
This
would
is
like to
the
know
one
what
they
kind of
bought.
property was given up.
no, see, it's on here, this is the one that Redstone wants.
Okay.
And it's not the first one. I don't have, it doesn't say anything about the first one on here.
Right.
Moving forward, do you want me just to write it on there for us, put it in the board packets?
I would say.
Yeah, I'd like to see that.
Okay, that's
Yeah,
fine.
yeah.
Yeah, that's
That
fine.
one there is on there.
Would that include a description of the property, exact location, not the name of the people?
No, we don't want the name of the people, just the address. Know where it's
Just,
at.
Just the address.
Just the address. Is it a dwelling? Is it an open field?
Yeah.
Right.
And the reason I think it's a good question, Angie, that you asked is because if we start to rubber stamp those kind of things, we may be tax exempting property that should be taxed.
Right.
That's why, and that's a good question.
so for the Redstone, which is coming up next, it's the old A&X Sportswear. If I may, I don't know where it's at, but I did look it up, and it looks like it's falling apart from the pictures, so
Is it on Main Street?
I
It's
think
on Main
so,
Street,
yes.
Rocky.
That's a relatively new building. I mean, there's a lot of work on it, it's been empty for years. Why would we want to tax exempt that building for what purpose? If that's the building, that's just my one thought. What is that building
It
gonna
has
be?
the address and it's on Main Street.
As soon as you come down Main Street, it's on the left.
Yeah, it's A&X Sportswear,
was
yearly
never-
taxes are $400.
It's the building that I would not want to give tax exempt status to them until you know what, I mean, that's a big deal. It's a lot. It's there was never any sports store that I know of in that building, it's just like the front. But, give you tax exempt, I think we need to be sure what we're doing. Maybe they're gonna use it for some kind of public service, that's fine, for the kids, for food banks or something, I'm okay with that. But we start rubber stamping properties, we gotta be careful with that. Rubber stamp my property, we want.
So is there any additional information from the supervisors then, or just?
It was just that letter.
Okay.
So we're on item D, you want to be item D, or, we were on item C, or we moved ahead to item D?
Right. To the next, we're good.
So that's, okay, is everyone okay with that?
Yep.
All right, we're gonna go to item E, discuss the agreement between the intermediate unit one and the Brownsville Area School District for total grant service in the amount of $1,600 per month.
And that's what we just saw.
And
That's what we just talked about last time. Okay. Thank you.
Item F, discuss approving the contingent fee agreement with Mark J. Learn and Partners LLC to represent the Brownsville School District in litigation against various social media companies. There will be no cost to the district, and the law firm will collect a contingent fee of 25% of the gross sum recovered.
I consulted with Jeremy on this, it's in your packet exactly what the social media companies are and the litigation against these companies. There's no harm in us joining this lawsuit,
We
so it won't cost us anything, right?
And then we have item G, discuss increasing the wage for the summer food service program and CPP for the cafeteria fund. We would like to discuss, the head cook going from $15 an hour to 16, and cooks going from $14 an hour to 50.
I like this, it's only $1, and we do have the money, when you look through your packet and see, the nice account that is built up for the cafeteria fund. These are the people that's actually earning that money, so I think we should give them $1. I agree. Thanks, Ms. Columbia. I'll fill in from Hawaii. Okay, now, Mr. President, you know these three items, you're gonna have to talk for probably about 25, 30 minutes. I was thinking like 20 seconds. Okay, okay.
I agree with that one.
We'll move into buildings and grounds. I'll fill in for Mr. Gammon. Item A, discuss accepting the bid from David Davis Tom for the access control upgrade at a cost of $86,149.50, paid with PCCD grant. Exactly what is it? Yeah.
It's the door spots for around this building.
The door, okay, this is
Okay.
badge, to badge in, okay. Item B, discuss, proper disposal of obsolete resources procured by tax dollars.
So proper disposal is reselling, donating, marking obsolete, and giving to students, or offering to other educational institutions like Calvary Chapel, or recycling. So with the elementary, for instance, ELA curriculum, purchasing of those books, what have you, we still have last year's. So those books are also lined up in a closet. We have materials at the high school and middle school that are obsolete and no longer being used. So we would like to take this summer to possibly donate, would like to give some to the students before they leave the school year, donate and then recycle or resell if we could do so with some of those materials, so that we don't have rooms just filled with materials we're no longer using.
Attracting bugs.
Right.
I remember, the basement in the Redstone building when it was full of books.
Mm-hmm.
We had roaches, you name it, bugs that were feeding off of the paper, in the paper, and, we had a problem with, and I don't wanna say mice, let's say
And that would be a nice time to send these materials home with the students for the summer months too.
Somebody will use it.
Right, library books and ELA materials and math books and things.
Okay. And item C, discuss Greatness Pictures LLC. What is that? Yeah, what is that?
So that is, there's a letter from Rocco, and he's done a few short films here, so he wants to do a larger film, about 5 days in the summer during the day while, at least admin's here. So he's asking probably about 5 hours a day to shoot this film, kind of based off of what he shot in November.
How many days would that be?
5.
5 days?
Yeah.
Is this the same company that running down the hall with hammers and machetes and our security chased them all over the place? Is this the same company?
I believe so.
I'd like that gentleman to come to talk to us because, are people gonna be here in this building without clearances, or we don't know that?
You know, we have requests like this, I would much rather have them come here, talk to us, so we can then in turn ask questions,
Yes.
instead of just handing us a piece of paper that can't talk back to us.
I did ask, I told him that was an option, he could come here and speak tonight. Because at first it just came to me, kind of pitched it, and I said, well, at least type something up so I can give, to the board. I said, and you can also come and speak to the board. So if they have any questions, they can direct them. Because I don't know exactly what he wants to shoot. I know he wants like a,
See, that's it.
yeah, he wants a
Exactly.
hallway,
We don't
maybe
know.
a restroom and a little,
So for me to even vote on this, I
I
would
would
want
rather
to.
they be here to talk and ask
Yeah,
questions.
yeah.
Explain things to us.
now there would be security with them, like we're not, they're not gonna stand around, they're gonna have security.
Where's he from? He's from Brownsville?
I think he went to Beth Center,
So,
but he's pretty
what's
local.
the difficulty, he can't come up here then? I truly think this should be taken off the agenda until he comes and talks.
I second that.
Can we see if he's available?
Yeah, I'll reach out to him in the morning.
I think it's a matter of safety for all of our people in the building. In the summertime, we don't know who the hell's coming in here running with machetes and hatchets and whatever they did. She came up in her nightgown last 10:30 at night.
There's the name, machetes, hatchet, and
I don't know what they ran from. Anyway, I think it's a question. We
Yeah, I
don't want
can-
that
I'll
happening
definitely
again.
reach out to
I
him.
mean, come see us, I mean, well, we didn't know about it.
Yeah, I think,
At least you wrote a letter.
we certainly don't want Susie coming up in her nightgown.
But you guys don't have a lot more questions than we have.
No, I think I think it's a good idea, right? We
Yes.
definitely had a lot of questions, there was a lot of issues last time that, yeah, if he could be here, that would be great.
Do we leave
I
it
mean, if he
on?
wants us
and I
on the
reach out?
agenda, then come up here Thursday.
Yeah, so if we leave it on, if he doesn't show, we take it
We'll
off.
take it off.
Yeah, we can make that change
You
before.
know, I'm looking at, is it gonna be our security they're using?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
And they're paying.
Because it didn't say, but I just wanna make sure, I don't want someone else coming in from outside.
So Colby, if you could reach out to him, ask him to be here Thursday, and then if he isn't, then we'll just, before we approve the agenda, we'll remove it.
Exactly.
Okay. Yes. So at our committee meeting, we talked about the summer work for SEIU, remember? Should we add that to buildings and grounds? Since that's
I'd
what
like
the
to.
majority would be?
Yeah.
I would like to.
Yeah, I'm okay with that?
Yes.
Personnel, chair, okay.
Yep.
Good with that? To add that SEIU summer work under buildings and grounds? Okay. Questions or comments on that?
No, it's a good move because it's our own people.
Right.
You know, we don't have strangers in the summertime walking around the building.
Okay.
There'll be stipulations going out, correct?
What's that, Susie?
There'll be stipulations going out?
Yes, and Jerry, whatever Jerry needs, whatever the needs that he has, we'll
That was a
have.
good discussion on
Good.
this week.
Yes.
take so long? Trust me, you didn't take so long.
He'll be calling from Switzerland.
Okay, Mr. Clark, please, take us away, athletics.
Athletics, I'm gonna read the first one, but the next one's for coaches. If you guys have any questions, we can discuss it now, or in, but I wanna add, Nick Tito, and it's gonna be for, if you volunteer, high school assistant boys basketball coach, for 25, 26 years, and middle school boys basketball.
Wait, now, in the middle school, is it volunteer or paid? Okay. Because I want our people paid.
Middle school paid,
Okay.
high school is volunteer.
All right.
I have a question. On B, was this job posted? Did we take applicants? Did we interview?
It was posted in-house, and then an educator bid on it.
But that still doesn't mean we have to give it to that person.
We don't have to, the athletic director, did that.
Is the athletic director related to that person?
I think through marriage, not through blood. I think there's a relative of a relative of a relative.
The only reason I'm doing this is because I truly feel it probably will end up going this way,
And he's highly credentialed.
but
I'll tell you what
at the state we're in with our program, shouldn't we look a little?
No, I tell you what, the state we're in with our program, I have to definitely agree, since Vaughn is gonna be here, I think this guy, you talk to anybody who knows anything about football and athletics, this guy has been, I didn't know him from Adam, I didn't even know he was
No,
working
I
for
have
us
no
right
clue
now.
who he is.
But the people I talked to in Uniontown, out in Laurel Highlands, and some of these other places, they'd say, you're nuts if you don't take him.
Played football for
He is so good, they say.
My thing, Andy, just speaking, Andy, we know we've been through this problem, you've been here a long time.
Yeah.
If we open it up to the public again, we're gonna go through a lot of, with the qualification that he has, and what, not saying that there isn't someone that might apply, but it hasn't happened in the past few years. That we really had to force almost, you know what I mean, trying to find a coach, where we have a gentleman that is a teacher, gym teacher, and believe me, if you look at his background.
I'd also like to add that I attended the interview he interviewed for his teaching job. And then I attended the interview for boys basketball job. And I'm telling you, Coach Klein Senior, this guy is the real. He has an immense amount of experience. He's extremely organized. Out of all the interviews that I've attended, his hands down the most organized interview.
And the thing is, he's ours right here with us, right.
And I hear that the kids are responding to him.
That's what we need.
Yes, the kids are responding to
That's
him.
what we need.
And he got about
All in on this guy.
He got about 16, 17 kids lifted now on a program he's not in. Right now, we probably could have, that number a little bit less. Vaughn did very well, but, and he left him, good core too, to go.
This guy is passionate. I hear the kids saying yes, coach, no, coach. So.
He's here immediately after school, she is out. There's not that number of times.
I agree with you, Pat. All right, go ahead.
Question there. I think, we want to hire quality coaches, but we also don't want to be confronted in board meetings from irate parents because the coach isn't doing his job. And that's been the problem for the last year in certain schools.
Sure, I agree with you with that, Rocky, but I don't think we'll have that problem here, because the thing is, the guy is here in the building with the kids. So, that's something we haven't had for a while.
That helps.
That'll be good. And then, so D, purchasing uniforms, the following. Cheerleading, $2,747. Soccer, $4,586.40. Band, $4,990. Wrestling, $2,030.31. Any questions on, I know someone just spoke about the band.
Yeah, what were the goals regarding the purchase of school uniforms for seniors?
That was my question.
I thought it was every 5 years. I could be wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah, it should be on rotation.
It is, but
Wait, what are the rules?
Depending on need.
Yeah, but it should be rotational holidays.
Right. Right.
Yeah, this group should be up next, I
it
think.
is. We've gone from some sports more quickly than others.
Yeah.
Some sports have got it maybe 2 to 3 years, some sports 5, 6 years still on the same uniform.
Well, what I'm looking at on
Should we
here.
look at then, and we follow the list, how that order is going? We can look at that.
That's a lot of money.
Yeah,
If we're following rotation, like Terry said. I don't know, I just think we have to get a hold on who got what when. And I don't know how we do it.
With this list here, I'm seeing wrestling. Now, are we buying brand new wrestling uniforms with a program that's only been here 2 years, or is this additional uniforms?
I mean, that is my question too, wrestling, I thought we had everything ironed out with that.
And I actually asked Colby that question today. I tried to sift through the email and I didn't see where it said it.
I'm assuming it might be additional, because the team is growing.
It's growing,
Make sure
Rick,
that
is this something you can throw on the wall, see if it sticks?
Cody's gonna check and see for Thursday, but I know the team is growing and they need.
I don't know, I'm not exact on this, to let it look up, but I think it's more because they got more kids.
Right, I
So we might
understand
not have
that.
enough uniforms to meet the number we have right now, but we can check it.
And
That's a good
I
question.
understand that, Terry, if they've got 10 more kids, why
Right.
are they buying 25 more uniforms?
No.
See, that's what I wanna get down
I
to
don't
the
think so,
basics.
because they got the uniforms last year, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
And, we have to check with Jim. I believe Jim has a list of who's gotten what and when. And I,
Well, like the safest way, there's pretty much been an open wallet for that program, while other ones have been closed wallet.
And I would just also, I know I personally, stake in this, but I did go through that budget and girls basketball, hands down, spends less money than any other sport. Hands down, it's right there, always all black ball.
So who would be in charge of checking the uniforms? The athletic director?
Yeah.
Should that be put on the agenda to make?
Now,
sure
but
that
have we
happens?
checked it over the years, so we have to bring it up again? Because how we ever had checked it?
Because we get new coaches
That's the
and they
thing,
all want new
have we
uniforms.
ever looked at it? Yeah, have we ever checked it? So have we ever
I
checked
mean,
it?
in defense, like what Patty's saying, I don't remember buying a girls' I mean, I think that we've got to get more control on that.
So can we get
And no, in any sport, I don't care which it is, I'm for all of them, but I think we all have to be given a fair, dispensary of the uniform.
Yeah, we're still trying to get our band uniforms right, and they were wearing rags for 20 years. We're finally trying to get those uniforms taken care of. Yeah, fair's fair. Okay, anything else, Mr. Clark?
Nope, that's all I have.
Okay, anything else, board members, there to discuss before?
We're gonna go into executive session.
Yeah, we're going to adjourn this meeting and then go into executive session so that the folks don't have to. With that, I'll entertain a motion to adjourn planning session.
So moved.
Second.
Hey, I'd like to make a quick comment to the audience. I would like to thank those who are running for open positions on this board for coming to this meeting. Because I see people putting out signs to run for office on this board, but have never come to a meeting. And I just question, sometimes, what's the motivation? If you're not coming to the meetings, why are you running? I know, yeah. We stand adjourned.
Thank you.